Hi, boys and girls again. How are you doing? Okay. All right. Now we're gonna get to square roots. Square roots. Okay. Repeat after me. Square roots. Square roots. Square roots. Square roots is fun. Square roots is fun. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Now, square root, okay, it is the other way of exponent. It is the opposite of exponent, if you will, okay. And we have the symbol for square root is this one here. This is called the square root. Some people call it radical. Radical. So it depends, whatever easier for you. You can call it radical or square root. But square root is the more official name for it. Anyway, so square root means, if you see this one here, automatically means that what is the number if you multiply it by itself twice, you get the number underneath the square root, like 4. So what is the number that you multiply it by itself twice? You get 4, which is equal what? 2. And that is the simplest form of square root. Simplest form of square root. Square root of 4 is 2, which means what? Square root of 2, what is 4? Is 2 times 2, right? Which is what? Which is 2. So this is, the number here is multiplied by itself twice, and the answer, which is the number we started with, to get to this number when we multiplied the original number by 2. So anyway, we will do some examples and we finish the square root. Okay, so the square root of 4 is 2. 4 is 2 times 2. So the answer is 2. So what is the number? You multiply it by itself to get the number underneath the square root sign. Another example. How about square root of 9? What is the number you multiply by itself twice to get 9? It is 3, right? 3. Because square root of 9 is square root of 3 times 3, right? Because 9 is the same as 3 times 3, right? Same thing. So what is the number multiplied by itself twice to get 9, which is 3? Okay? Okay. Now, one thing here I want you to know, when you see square root sign like this, okay, on the corner, on the top corner here, there's a 2 here. We don't write it down if we have the square root. Okay, there's 2 in here. This means it has a 2 on the top, which means what is the number you multiply by itself twice? Twice over here. If we have a number cube root here, cube, which means what is the number multiplied by itself 3 times to get, for example, 27. What is the number you multiply by itself 3 times equal to 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3. Because 3 equal 27. This one here. So the cubic root here is 3. Okay, but let's get back to the square root. I don't want to make it hard for you. If you have fourth root here, fourth, so we go 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3 if we have fourth. So 81 is 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27 times 3 is 81. So this is the fourth root of 81 is 3. Fourth root, which is the number you multiply it by itself 4 times, because there's 4 here, you get 81. Okay, anyway, that is the whole idea. Okay, so this one has a direct relationship to this. This means a lot to each other. This 4 with this one on the bottom has a lot. So that's why we say square root. Square, which means 2, okay, of, let's say, 16, because there's 2 here, which means what is the number multiplied by itself twice to get 16, which is, what is 16? It is 4 times 4, right? 16 is the same as 4 times 4. So what is the number you multiply by itself to get 16, which is 4? Which is 4. That's it. Because what? So because there's 2 here, so it's twice. This one has relation to this. Okay? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Get a second or two to look at it and think about it. Okay. Square root of 16 is 4. And let's say square root of 64 is, what is the number you multiply it by itself to get 64, which is 8 times 8. What is the square root of 9? It is 3. What is, yeah, it's 8 here. What is the square root of, let's say, 964, let's say 49 is what? 7. What is square root of 36? Equals 6. You follow me? So this one here is 8 times 8, same as 64. This one 3 times 3, so same as, so 3 is the answer here. And this one, 7 times 7 is 7. Which means the number you multiply it by itself twice to get the number underneath. So what is the number? So it's 7, right? Over here, what is the number multiplied by itself to get 9? So it's 3. Same thing. And here 6 times 6, right? Okay. Now, let's do some rules like we did with the exponents. First rule is any square root of a squared number is the number itself. Square root of a square equal a. That is the first rule. Square root of a square equal a. For example, if we have square root of 36, equals 6. Why 6? Because square root of 36 is, well, let me do it easier for you guys. Square root of 6 square, which is 36 by the way, is 6. So this is when you have square root and underneath it a number and the number has exponent 2, so the answer is this one here only. If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. This is the first rule. If we have square root of, let's say 49, which is 7 square, right? Which is 7 exponent 2, which is 7. If we have square root of 81, which is 9 times 9, right? So it's 9 square, same as 81, equal what? Equal 9. This number here, this number here, this number here. So that is the rule they're telling you about. That is the rule. Square root of a square is a. A. Okay, that's the first rule. Now, moving forward. All right. Now, the other rule is if we have a number b exponent n, the other rule, exponent n, okay, is the same as, well, let me make it, it's the same as nth root of b. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. If b exponent n equal a, so then this b equal a exponent n squared. Let's do this again. If b exponent n equal a, so b is nth root of a. That's what I'm trying to say. Nth root of a. Okay, this is another rule. If b a number like, let's say 6 and has 2, for example, this is equal to square root of 36. Okay, now let's make it easier for you. Okay, if we have square root of 6 square, okay, equal to 6 square